joined here by Timbers head coach Phil Neville. Phil, thanks for joining us. We'll go straight into questions. Alex, you want to start us off?
Phil, towards the end, there were some sloppy giveaways in the defensive third, but Finn Sermon mopped all of them up. It seemed like what a performance from him. Just your thoughts on the overall game.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You said a few giveaways. We didn't keep possession of the ball at all in the second half. We were sloppy. We were careless. We said we wanted to keep possession of the ball in the final third because as soon as we counter-attacked, they dropped off, and we had to keep possession in the final third like we did for the goal, and we were just careless. And I thought that made us a little bit nervous, and we went into survival mode, which is not what we're about. And I'd say at the end, the crosses coming into the box, the centre-backs dealt with it. Fantastic. Finn Sermon's doing really well. I think the rest did him good. I think he looked fresh tonight. And I'm frustrated. I've just told them that my expectation of them is better than what I saw tonight. You know, we're a young team that's learning all the time, and we've got to learn quick. They're an experienced team. They know how to play. They've got game knowledge. And we were just naive and careless and sloppy and just thinking, we'll get another chance. We'll get another pass. We'll get another opportunity. And against the best teams, you don't. And Seattle will be there at the end of the season. And I'd say that I think a draw for us, for the last 5 or 6 minutes, I was thinking that a draw probably was the best result that we could have got, because I just felt that we just lacked that composure that's needed.
Hey, Coach. I have 2 questions. First is just a check-in on how Forey's doing.
He's fine. Yeah, he's
okay,
fine.
He's okay.
It was a clash.
And then to follow up on that, with our schedule, how young these players are, do you attribute kind of part of that fall off towards the end of the match based on just being tired, or do you think it's more experience?
I mean, they rested their whole team on Wednesday, so you could say that is. You watch all the games today, and I'd say that every game was played at a slower tempo. Every game was a little bit. Every game was a hard watch, and you think about the demands of this league. I look at the Derby game in New York. I've seen those games over the years, and that was, it was slow. I had moments of intensity, and then there was moments of just the players just stopping and just controlling the game. So, yes, it's been a tough week. But I'd say if you're 20 years of age, 21, 22, 23, tiredness doesn't come into it. We took Santi, Da Costa, Anthony off early on Wednesday. I think Santi's come off in every game, the last 3 or 4, so has Anthony. We had to make the change with Kamal at half-time because of the yellow card. I didn't want to take any risks. I think if Diego would have been around, I think we'd have took Ayala off as well, maybe, because he was on a yellow. And then there was a moment in the second half when the referee nearly, and he thought, I thought he handled the game really well. So everyone's in the same position. And the same players, the same group's got to go again on Tuesday, and then we've got to go to Orlando and go again, and then we've got to come back and go against Colorado. So what I would say is that there are 22 players plus the substitutes coming on that are all in the same boat. That they're all, and staff probably, that where the tank's a little bit half full, but I still thought it was a really nice atmosphere, and the crowd was sensational.
Thanks. Kind of building off of that question. Offense, kind of consistent offense, looked a little bit hard to come by from your team tonight. You mentioned keeping more possession in the final third. Is that the key that you see to kind of starting to get this team scoring more? Is there something else that you're seeing that maybe has been lacking for this offense recently?
Well, I also think that teams are giving us so much respect in terms of every time Anthony got the ball, he had 3 people on him. I think they were trying to man mark Santi Moreno in the first half. Roldan was over that side. It's teams are going to try and stop those players that have been performing so great. So we have to try and find other ways of beating that. Now, I thought in the first half, again, I thought we had opportunities where just a little bit more quality, and we didn't find it. And Jonathan came on. He didn't really get the service. I felt that Pipe didn't get much service in terms of support when we were in the box. There wasn't much support in the box, and I just felt as if we were just a little bit tentative. And that's not where I see or how I see my players.
You mentioned Jonah. Just would love like your update just on it, just your take on how he's played tonight, and also just an update on his health. He didn't start this match again. Played about the 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, just kind of how he's been doing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be what you'll see probably for the next 10 days, 2 weeks still. I think that's going to be his limit. He's slowly getting better. He's slowly training a little bit more, and we're seeing slight improvements. And I think the difficulty in that is that because you don't train at the highest level every single minute of every single day, you sometimes look a little bit rusty when you come into the game when there's no control in the game. I thought against Salt Lake he was fantastic, and today he was put on in a situation where it was more defensive, tight, resolute, and that doesn't suit Jonah. So he's a great person to be bringing on, and I think over the next couple of weeks I think you'll see us building up his minutes.
Phil, all the way in the back now. What did you see from Fori today? I know it was his first Clásico against Seattle, but he just looked strong to me. But what did you see on your end until that point that he got to?
I thought Fori and Finn were fantastic. I thought showed up that side. I've got to say, I think Claudio was unlucky to be left out. He's played the last 3 or 4 games, so he was unlucky. But I think it was freshness at left back that we wanted. We knew that they would attack down that side, and I thought he was outstanding.
Okay, we will wrap it there. Thanks, Coach.